What is your American dream?
I'm from China, and my American dream is to do the works I intended to do in this interesting place and communicate with other people from all over the world.
I'm from India. My American dream is to enjoy this inclusiveness and freedom of America and have fun while it lasts.
I'm from New York, and my American dream is for everyone to be able to make the most of themselves.
I'm from Belgium. The American dream for me, for living in New York, would be ideal. Have a house that looks nice but is not too expensive, and work in Manhattan, have a major salary, to have a bit of money at the side for health insurance, because you never know, you might get into trouble.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Wah, 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 wah. Oh! Hello, everybody. My name is Brad Bernstein. That song, I don't know about you, squad, but that song goes through my head all day long. Wah, 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 wah. I don't know. Maybe nobody else, but me, all day long, I'm walking around. I can't get it out of my head. Meanwhile, did I just lower myself? I'm okay? Good? Okay. So meanwhile, today, unfortunately or fortunately, depending on what you like here at Bradshaw Live, is a pop-up. We're doing a pop-up today where we're only going to be answering immigration questions. It's not a full show. We're not doing schmoozing. We're not going to be doing Braducation. There will be no interview, no Yo-Yo or Vanessa out on the street, no speed round. This is straight immigration today. But tomorrow, full-blown, all hands on deck, everything, hump day. At least for 15 minutes, hump day. Full Brad show. Today's a pop-up. Have a little technical difficulties. We've been having these technical difficulties since we came back from coronavirus. We're not sure why. We're figuring it out. Nobody knows why. Everyone's under the table with wires. And I don't know. And, Julian pulled this out. He goes, what does this do? And I go, I don't know. So we were not able to reach Yo-Yo. We were not able to reach Nesquik. We don't have videos today. So we said, you know what? We got to start our show. And tomorrow we're going to have a whole group of engineers come in and fix everything here. We got to start our show. And we're going to just do it as a pop-up with me answering immigration questions. So it's not a full Brad Show Live today. If you want to introduce your friends and family to Brad Show Live, introduce them tomorrow. Introduce them to yesterday's show. If they just want some immigration questions, today's a good show to do it. Let's say hello to the squad. In the meantime, I still got to say hello to the squad. Carol Lord, how are you? Marcel Reed, Forrest Mushy saying squad up, everybody. Jessica Leamy, Dion Watson, Christy Kinsali, how are you? Monica Stone, Christine Bennett. Yo-Yo is still, even though we can't get to him, screaming in the comments to share. He's still doing his job, Yo-Yo. It doesn't matter where he is. Great job, Yo-Yo. Violet Blackwood, how are you? Opie Ewan. Bless up, squad. Ma Dukes is watching. Monica Stone. And by the way, I don't even know if Ma Dukes. I get people. Facebook tells me who's watching, so I know. Even if Ma Dukes doesn't say anything, I know you're watching. Lisa Bling Rose, what's up? Sasha Ford on YouTube. Let's say hello on YouTube to Max Santos, Oliyemi Amabola, saying hello. Istvan Thames with a quick question. He popped that question in as soon as we started. We might as well start answering some immigration questions here. Istvan says, I just became an LPR. My wife is sponsoring me. Can I be a co-sponsor in I-864 for my mother-in-law who is married to a U.S. citizen who is not working right now because of COVID? Thank you very much. The answer is absolutely you can. As soon as you have your lawful permanent residence, you can absolutely be a co-sponsor for somebody else. What the law says is that in order to sign the I-864 to be a co-sponsor, you have to be an LPR or U.S. citizen. There's nothing in the law that says you have to be an LPR for any period of time. You could have got your green card yesterday, and you could start signing away on that I-864 today. So help your mother-in-law. Ahmad Marin also with a question on Pop-Up. By the way, this is Pop-Up Tuesday, but only Pop-Up Tuesday this Tuesday, not for all Tuesdays. This is just Pop-Up Tuesday today. Ahmed Marin with the question. Hey, Brad, my question is, when does this 90-day rule apply to the date of marriage or the date of filing petition? The 90-day rule you're referring to, I assume, is about misrepresentation. By the way, we're going to answer your telephone calls. So our lines are wide open. We are going to be answering telephone calls in about 10 minutes. I'm just saying hello to the squad, and I see some questions. I'll answer it in the meantime. But if you call right now, that's right, there I am, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson with my head on him, carrying a sign that says, "Ask me an immigration question." We don't make this stuff up. When the animator asked, what does the person on the sign supposed to look like, I literally told him, it's my head on Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson's body. There I am right there. I said, don't make me as portly as I am in person. I said, I want to be Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. Just put my head on him, and I'll carry a sign that says, ask me a question. So that's what you do right now, 1-800-529-5465. But Ahmad is confusing this 90-day rule completely. So let me explain the 90-day rule, Ahmad. The 90-day rule is that if you change your status to a non-immigrant visa or you enter on a non-immigrant visa, what you're telling the U.S. government is that you have a non-immigrant intent, which means you don't intend to get your green card. That's what non-immigrant intent means. I do not intend to get my green card. I'm only here temporarily. So if you were to get married within 90 days of entering on a non-immigrant visa or changing your status to a non-immigrant visa, you have, under the law, lied to the government, because you can't in one breath say, I'm staying here temporarily, and then change your mind shortly thereafter. So what the law says is, get married after 90 days. They won't ask you any questions. So it has to do with getting married and also filing. So if you come up on a visitor's visa, hypothetically, and you got married on your last visit, and you come up on July 1st, you can't file on July 2nd. It's the same non-immigrant intent. You told the government you're coming to visit. You can't turn around and file for your green card the next day. Let's say hello to Jewel MCAA. Says, big up yourself, guys. Love your show, Brad. Let me laugh. It's hard to make you laugh just by myself. I'm not really a stand-up comedian. I'm a lawyer. It's much more fun with Yo-Yo and Nesquik. They make me laugh too. So tomorrow, by the way, is Hump Day. So we should all be laughing tomorrow. Donald Horton, how are you? Tracy Lacey. Vanessa Contreras also doing her best with the Capitals. She's saying, let's see those thumbs. Let's see those thumbs. So I am sorry, Jill, I can't go back and give you the codes now because I'm talking. I got to stop. So we're going to go without it. Don't worry. I'll tell you when I'm done answering questions, Jilly. Don't worry. Sweet Dot, how are you? And Christopher Lowe saying hello. Elizabeth Darby. I'm just not very good at this, but she is. How do you do this heart? I forget it. I'm not going to embarrass myself. She's just giving me a lot of hearts, so I was going to give her a heart back, but I don't know how to do it. And a whole bunch of questions. So, on Pop-Up Tuesday, I'm going to say, what's up? What's up? And the first person we're going to say what's up to on Pop-Up Tuesday, because people are going to start calling right now, is Melissa in the Bronx. Melissa, how are you? Melissa in the Bronx.
Hi.
Hi, Melissa.
Sorry. Sorry about that. So my question is, right? Well, first let me give you a little, background of my situation. So basically, I was involved with this guy for over a year. He lives in Antigua, but he's Jamaican, right? So my thing is, I'm a green card holder, but the thing is, he recently visited me here, and we decided that we were going to get married. To be honest with you, he has been here like 2 months now, and we had gotten married like a week ago. So I know that is a possibility for me to go ahead and adjust his status, but I wanted to know like what the procedure is like, and also the process, like the time frame, like how long it's gonna take, and all of that, basically.
Is that everything?
For the most part.
Good.
I haven't
I'm sitting back.
follow-up question with that, but
it's Pop-Up
those two is the
Tuesday.
first that I need to know.
I'm just relaxing, listening to your story. You have a very lovely voice, so it's making me relax listening to it. So my answer is this. Okay, you screwed up. You got married within the first 90 days, so there's a presumption that he came here to get his green card. You can overcome that presumption by testifying at an adjustment interview that he changed his mind. He was coming here to visit, and split second I decided to change my mind. I was going home, and I don't know what your story was, but you have to tell the truth, obviously. But if his intention was to visit, and then he's ready to leave, and you're like, oh no, don't leave, I can't live without my man from Antigua who's Jamaican. Then and you got married, then he changed his mind. That's okay, as long as it wasn't his intention when he first came into the airport. Now, what I would suggest you do is wait 90 days before filing your papers. Okay, right now the priority dates are current, so even as a lawful resident, you can file his adjustment application. I assume the priority dates will still be current in 30 days for you guys. So but you're also going to need a good attorney, because you got to be able to figure out what your truthful story is going to be at the interview. Hopefully they accept it.
I mean, he has, a lot of obligations back home.
By the way, Melissa, I wouldn't discuss it on the air, because then you're locked into a story. But because it's on tape for life. But what I would say is that you obviously have to tell the truth, and then if they don't, they say no, you lied, then you say, okay, I lied. I'll file a waiver, and you would need a waiver, and then you need a good lawyer for a waiver too. So my answer is it's you should have waited another 30 days. You made it more difficult, but ultimately, one way or the other, we'll get a green card for him. So hold on.
Okay, when you say I should have waited additional 30 days, what do you mean? In order to get married?
Yeah. Because
I should have gotten married after the 90 days?
Yes, because after 90 days, they wouldn't question you what your intent was at the airport.
Oh.
So it's one less thing to talk about at an interview.
Okay.
All right, but hold on one second. Sounds like you need help. Let's go to Aisha in New Haven, Connecticut. Aisha.
Yeah.
How are you?
Hello, Brad.
Jessica Leamy, by the way, is everyone hearing me? Because Jessica Leamy says my sound is coming in and out. Is that better now? Or are you hearing? Is everyone hearing me?
Yeah, I hear you.
You hear me? Okay. What's going on? Maybe it's Jessica Leamy's phone. What's going on?
Yeah, my question is, I am the 10 years old green card. If I apply for my daughter, like how long that gonna take? And my second question is, if my husband apply for her stepdaughter, how long that gonna take to be? She's 15 years old.
All right. So your question is, you would like to file for your daughter or your husband? What would be faster?
Yeah, like both. Like I don't know which one
is better?
Gonna be, but I know my husband not gonna come.
Your husband's a U.S. citizen and you're a resident, right?
Yes.
Okay, let your husband file. It'll be faster.
Oh, okay.
Okay?
All right. How long that gonna take?
Where's your daughter?
She's in Africa,
Where in Africa?
West Africa, Togo.
About a year. Year and
Oh,
change.
okay.
Okay?
All right.
All right.
I'm not finished. I have second question. My daughter, my mom applied for my sister, but she's older than 21 years. Once she applied, she's a green card holder, but now she's citizen. How we gonna do that procedure?
When did she apply?
She applied 2016.
Is the petition approved?
Yeah, no, they sent her the letter like they received her application.
Okay, because the priority dates are current, but for the ban on immigration, but still the petition should have been approved. We should already have the paperwork at the National Visa Center. So I think your mom may need some help. So hold on one second, okay?
Okay.
All right. By the way, everyone in the squad today is a director. Lisa Bling Rose says, I'm good, just stay in the middle. Don't move my head all over the place. And I'm getting other text messages from my squad friends who know me, and they're like, you're moving to this way, you're moving to that. Everybody's a director. Calm down, everybody. Okay. By the way, Lisa Bling, I'm only kidding with you. It's fine. Let's go to Linda in San Antonio, Texas. Linda.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm fine, Brian. Hi.
What's going on?
I have a question. I saw my husband and I went for the interview for a green card. That is for my green card. That was in November 2029. So I called the immigration yesterday and was trying to find out what's going on. Why is the wait time so long? Because the decision was supposed to come out 120 days. And then they said it's because they're still doing the background. So I want to ask, is the background check over here in the United States or back in my country?
It's in the United States. It could be back in your country too. Usually what happens is when they're saying they're doing a background check on you, it could be a security check. It could be a background check if they're determining whether you're in a bona fide marriage or not. It could be something in your home country. But generally speaking, if you went on a marriage interview and it's 8, 9, 10 months later and you have gotten no decision, most likely they're going to call you in for a second interview and give you a Stokes interview, or you're going to get what's called a notice of intent to deny, where they feel that you're not in a real marriage and you have to prove otherwise. It's usually what happens. Okay.
Okay. And then I have one last question. I have a friend that has had a fiance that is in Africa, not in Africa, like in Europe, and they have been dating for some time now. And I think their fiance, they want to get married. Is she supposed to go over there, or can she just go ahead and file the K1 visa for him? Because she haven't met him, so I don't know.
You can't file a K1 unless you meet the person.
So she doesn't need to go over there for the.
You cannot file a K1 unless you meet the person, unless you have some religious objection to meeting your husband.
Okay, so she has to go over there, right?
That's the answer, correct. Hold on one second.
Okay.
All right. And let's go to Abigail in Long Island. Abigail, how are you?
Hey, Brad. I have a quick question.
Yes.
So when I receive an email from the NVC, National Visa Center, everything is in there. He's waiting for his interview in the embassy in Kingston, Jamaica. So my question is, how long before that interview?
Who's waiting?
My husband.
He's a citizen?
I am a citizen. I filed for him.
Okay, right. So the answer is they're supposed to give it to him. We've spoken to the embassy. They are going extra, extra slow. I don't have the answer right now. But even though Trump has not put a ban on spouses of U.S. citizens, in essence, he's instructed the U.S. embassies to trickle out the green cards. So I don't expect anything to happen in terms of immigrant visas being issued to lots of people. Some people will get it at least until towards the end of the year.
Okay.
All right. But if you are frustrated and angry, you should be, because you're a U.S. citizen. You're entitled to be reunited with your spouse. I would get on the phone and start screaming at the U.S. Embassy.
Okay.
All right. That's what I would
Thank
do.
you.
If it was my wife or my husband, I'd be on the phone screaming. I want to be united. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Let's go to Tony in Newton, Connecticut. Tony.
Hi, Tony.
are
Brad. I'm good.
What's going on?
Yeah, my kids went to the embassy in Jamaica yesterday, and they're asking for three things, which but it sounds impossible to me because my wife, she haven't get our paper yet.
One second. What are they asking for?
They're asking for the affidavit I-8674 for the affidavit A.
Uh-huh.
And also they need a transcript from the IRS with me and my wife giant filing.
This is your wife's kids or your kids?
My wife's kids.
Okay, so they want to prove that you're in a bona fide marriage. Why is that impossible?
Yeah, because my wife is not working, so we
what,
can.
Did she get a work permit?
No, she haven't get none of that yet.
All right, so then you need to amend your taxes. You have to have her on your tax returns. You got to prove it's a real marriage. There's a tax identification number. These are not
so
impossible
amend the
things.
taxes and put her on it.
Yeah, these are not impossible things. And you got to prove you're in a bona fide marriage with your spouse. Your spouse has not gotten a green card yet. Has your marriage been more than 2 years?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So, but you got to prove you're in a bona fide marriage with your spouse. So, what's a bona fide marriage with your spouse? And I say this all the time. A bona fide marriage with your spouse is people who live together who have a financial relationship. The embassy's not asking you for impossible things. They're asking you to prove what they've been asking for 30 years to prove. You're in a bona fide marriage. Where's your financial documentation? Where's your proof you live together?
Yes. So, Uncle Brad, the next one though. How can we file the affidavit A when she's not working? Because I guess that is the combined.
Well, you really can't do it because she's not a lawful resident yet.
Right.
It has nothing to do with working or not working. But if that's what they ask for, you complete it. It sounds to me that maybe they're not asking for the right things, or you're not understanding what they're asking for, or they're screwing up or something. But the reality is, she can't give an I-864A because she's not a lawful resident yet.
Right, but we did a giant sponsor. Somebody do it, but they didn't accept that person giant sponsor.
But you're missing the point. It has nothing to do with an I-864A. You gave a joint sponsor. The affidavit of support, you gave a sponsor from, Mike Bloomberg, a billionaire. Okay, it doesn't matter. It's not about the money. It's about prove you're in a real relationship with this woman. They're going to give this woman, these kids, green cards based on a bona fide marriage that you and your wife are in, and they're saying to you, you haven't proven it. That's what they're saying to you. Okay, so hold on 1 second, all right? Hold on. Let's go to Lisa in Richmond, Virginia. Lisa.
Hey, Brad. How are you doing today?
Good.
Are you hearing me, Brad?
I hear you.
Okay, hi. I have a question. I put in for my citizenship back in March, and I know due to the COVID that things were canceled because they had sent me my back in late March to do my fingerprint, but due to the COVID, it was canceled.
Yeah. So, but they're scheduled. At least certainly in New York. I don't know what's going on in Virginia off the top of my head, but I know in New York we are getting notices now for people to start going for interviews in early August. So hopefully,
because I see when I check my status, it says that to be completed.
I know, but it depends on where you are in the country and where you are with coronavirus in that particular area. So, for example, New York, where we are, has gotten coronavirus under control. And it's been under control now for about 4 or 6 weeks, so immigration's kind of opening up here. Whether or not it's under control where you are in Richmond, Virginia, I don't know off the top of my head. If not, then it's unfortunately going to be a little delayed.
Oh, okay.
All right, so just hang
All
in
right,
there.
thank you.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
All right, let's go to Petal in Baltimore, Maryland. Petal.
Hello.
Hi, Petal.
Hi, Brad. How are you?
Good, good. What's going on?
I have a case with you. My husband filed for me and my son, and we submit all the documents from March, and we're not hearing anything. You know.
All right, so hold on one second. To call me on my show, I can't do anything right now. You want me to shut the show off and go check on your case? I can't do that.
No, I'm just calling because.
So hold on, and we'll talk to you off the air when I'm done, okay? And then we'll figure out what's going on with your case. Hold on, all right?
Okay, no problem.
All right. Let's go to Chichi in Los Angeles. Chichi.
Hello, Brad.
Hi, Chichi. How are you?
Good. Thank you for the good work you're doing.
All right. What's going on?
So I got 2 questions. So the first one is, I got married 3 days after I entered the United States. So that was like in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm about to file my citizenship. Would that be a problem? The 90-day rule, will they apply?
Well, did you get your green card?
Yes, I did.
And nobody questioned you about it?
No.
It's possible they can look at it again. It's possible.
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
the night I was thinking like the 90-day rule was like
It's always been around, but it's been codified by Trump, meaning it's actually in writing by Trump now. But can they look at it? Yeah, if they feel that the green card was given in error, you made a misrepresentation, they have the right to look at it. Yes.
Okay, my second question is, I was actually married for 7 years, and my husband just divorced me this past January, and I don't have any documentation that marriage was. No.
You're breaking up, Chichi.
Hello?
You're breaking up. Chichi? Chichi?
Hello?
I hear you now.
Okay.
You're getting
my
divorced
second-
from your husband, I heard, after 7 years.
Okay, so now the thing is, I don't have no joint documentation with him, like in terms of bank account and lease agreement and all that. Would that be a problem?
I don't think they're going to go back and ask for bona fides of your marriage, but you know they could look at you got married within 3 days of your entry and start asking you what was your intent when you came here. They absolutely could. It's like somebody who goes for a citizenship and got a green card, and then they found out that there was an arrest that you needed a waiver for, and they didn't ask for the waiver. So yeah, it's possible. All right. What I would do before you do your citizenship or anything is have a good lawyer, such as myself or anybody, request a FOIA to get your immigration records to see what your immigration records look like, and then take it from there. All right. So hold on one second. Let's go to Mao. Very famous name, Mao, in Columbus, Ohio. Mao?
Yes, Uncle Brad.
How are you?
Good job.
How many times have you been called Chairman Mao in your life?
This is the first time.
Really? You know who he is? Famous leader of China. All right. But you're not from China, though.
Yes, I'm your fan, definitely. I've been watching and listening to your programs since last year.
Okay, what can I do to help you?
Yes, I filed for 3 of my kids in 2016. 2 of them are already here. The third one aged out, but just recently I received email from NVC, and now they want me to start the process. So my question is, one of my daughter receives EBT card, which I have no idea, but it has something to do with grocery or something. If I use that, will that affect my third child I'm trying to work on
Yes,
the
if
case or
you're,
not?
if you're getting government assistance, it's going to affect your children that you're sponsoring.
But I didn't use it, so I just want to return it back.
So return it back.
Okay, that's good. And also, will that affect my citizenship as well?
No.
No. Okay. So, but I didn't. But it says Ohio on it. So, is it still government or no?
I don't know what you're looking at, but any government assistance, local, state, federal. But if you
All
didn't
right,
use
then
it, you didn't take any government assistance. It's okay.
Yes. So that means I should not use it.
Not if you want your kids.
I don't want to. I don't want to be in trouble for my third child.
I just told you what to do. Return it.
All right, I'll do that. Thank you, sir. I really.
You're welcome. How does he not know who Chairman? How goes through his whole life and not know who Chairman Mao is? I'm sure everybody in the squad knows. He's a famous general from China. Famous leader. Otis. Fort.
Hello, sir.
Are you in Fort Bragg? Is that where
Fort
you
Bragg,
are?
sir.
That's what it's called, Fort Bragg?
Yeah.
They named an army base after me?
Yeah.
Wow. They should really call it Fort Uncle Brad. That's what I think. But anyways.
It's actually Bragg, but
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
All right, what's going on?
So, sir, I'm calling on behalf of my mother, who's a permanent resident that I petitioned. So she petitioned my sister, who's just under 21 years of age, during that time in September.
By the way, I just want to, Cordella, thank you very much, because I didn't know what government assistance he had. I'm sorry, is it a Cordella? I'm sorry, Geraldine is saying the EBT card is for elementary schools. Well, if it's for your children and not you, then you can keep it. If it was for you, then return it. So I'm basing it based on what Geraldine Iggy said she seems to know. So go ahead now, Otis.
So, yeah, against her, I petitioned my mother, and she's now a permanent resident here in U.S., and she also petitioned my sister, which is under 21 years of age during the time of petition. But during the COVID-19 process and everything, so she turned 21, and we still haven't heard from USCIS. Will that change will that change her basically her length of process since she turned 21?
Are you a U.S. citizen?
I am a U.S. citizen, but my mother is the one that petitioned her, which is a green card holder, permanent resident.
Okay, and where is she now?
She lives with me.
And you filed an adjustment application for her?
Not yet. We have not yet filed. She have until next year.
Why does she have till next year?
Because it takes 5 years.
That's citizenship. I asked you, did you file an adjustment application for your sister? Did your mother file an adjustment application for her daughter?
Only I-130.
All right, yeah. So it sounds like I don't know what you're doing, but it sounds like she aged out.
Okay.
All right, so I think you got to give me a call. I don't know what everybody was doing while she was under 21, but her sitting around and living with you and waiting for something to get approved is a really good idea to age out, and it sounds like she aged out. So hold on one second. Let's go to Elizabeth in Brooklyn. Elizabeth.
Hello, Uncle Brad.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, good evening. I'm so good. How are you doing today?
Good. What's going on?
Yes. I have some questions for you, please, and thanks. Yeah, my husband born here, and we got married last year, September. Get all the paperwork and everything, but when I look back on the birth paper, it's short of one letter on the end. We go downtown Brooklyn, take care of it, but we got a date to go to court, the 4th of May, which is the pandemic. We go down there, and they said his case is not essential, so they will give him something in the mail, but we are here now waiting on it. But my question is that, all right.
So wait. His birth certificate, you're trying to amend his birth certificate?
Wait, yes. It's short of one letter.
Wait. He was born where?
He was born in Brooklyn here.
He was born in Brooklyn, and his birth certificate is misspelled.
Yes.
You don't go to court. You don't go to court. You just requested to amend the birth certificate. Is that what you did?
Where?
With Department of Vital Statistics. What is it exactly that you're doing?
Because listen, Uncle Brad, we go already downtown at the court and we pay the $65 to get it changed. But they say you have to go to court.
They're saying you have to go to court to do that.
Yeah, we paid $65 already.
Okay, sorry. So you went. All right. So you went to try to change it with the Department of Vital Statistics. They said no, they won't do it. Now you have to bring what's called an article in New York. I think it's called an Article 78 proceeding to go have a Supreme Court judge change a birth certificate. Why is it so important to change? What's the big deal?
All right, listen what I'm saying now.
I'm listening to what you're saying. Why is it a big deal to change his birth certificate? What's the difference?
Yeah. No, I'm telling you why. His right name, he is spelling his right name all along.
Why?
And everything else he has the right name.
I'm not asking you. Why is it a big deal at this moment? What's the emergency?
Oh, because he wanted 29 papers to the immigration.
So put him in.
I told you, it's tax. Yeah, but it's tax return and all other things he has. Spell the right name.
Put him in. Everything is right. Use his passport, his birth certificate. He can sign an affidavit. There's an error on my birth certificate, but I'm the same person. Put it in. You don't have to wait for the court to add one letter onto a birth certificate. Come see me. Hold on one second. That's what I'm saying. What's the emergency here? Hold on. All right. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's going on Facebook with some questions here. Marge Higgs, asking for a friend. I know you're asking for a friend, Marge. I'm asking for a friend who lives in Jamaica. Her adult son wants to petition for her. Well, obviously, because I know Marge Higgs doesn't need this issue. Her adult son wants to petition. So I'm kidding with Marge Higgs. I know it's a friend. Her adult son wants to petition for her. She's unmarried. She is unmarried. She wants to know if she would get married in Jamaica before the filing or stay single. It doesn't matter. She couldn't get married, but she's leaving her husband behind. But it's not going to affect her immigration case. Opal Ewing. Hey, Brad, if I selected yes to a social security number on the DS-260 form, do I still have to apply when the U.S. was not clear? If I selected yes to a social security number, the DS-260 is the biographic data form. So I'm not clear what your question is, but you can be more specific. I'm happy to answer it. Denise Cromaz. Hey, Brad, I'm from Jamaica. My mom is filing for me. My case is at the National Visa Center, filling out my DS-260 for myself and my 12-year-old daughter on my daughter's DS-260. The section where it asks for her surname, I accidentally put her middle name. Can I correct that at the interview? Yes, absolutely. When you go on the interview, absolutely correct it. You can correct it before the interview starts. It'll be fine. Sparta Arsenal. Can the receipt you get from USCIS when you're renewing your work permit be used to renew your driver's license until you get the actual permit? It should be able to. It should be able to. Your work, the receipt extends your work permit for an extra 180 days. So hopefully motor vehicles will accept it, but that doesn't necessarily mean they will. It depends on what clerk you get. Let's see what else we got here. Rosebud Boo with a question. What about a mother who is a U.S. citizen by birth and applied for her 3 kids, ages 13 and 8, and the other 20 was born in the Bahamas? I make past the poverty levels of a family of 4. I submitted all the documents and the affidavit of support. My kids already had their interview in the Bahamas, and yet the NVC is still saying to submit one. What may be the problem? You're a U.S. citizen. You filed for your kids ages 13 and 8, and another one who is 20. You shouldn't have to give any affidavit of support, Rosebud, if you're a U.S. citizen and you're the biological mother filing for your children who are 13 and 8. You should not need any affidavit of support for them, because as soon as they enter the United States, they become automatic citizens. So they should not be asked for affidavits of support for your younger kids. The 20-year-old needs an affidavit of support. So that's the answer. But the younger ones don't. So if there's a problem with the 20-year-old's affidavit of support, you can give me a call. For the younger ones, you should write back. They don't need an affidavit of support. They're going to become automatic U.S. citizens under the Child Status Protection Act once they enter. So they're not required to have I-864 for them. Annie Kim's with a question. Hi, question coming up among my friends trying to file the I-130 online. What happens to the other forms needed to be filed and are not available online? Are you talking about filing an adjustment? You got to print everything out, fill it out, and mail it in. And Rosebud Boo says she lives in the Bahamas her whole life. That is why you need affidavits to support them, because they do not become automatic U.S. citizens until you establish residence in the United States of America. So in order for them to become... Now, Rosebud, let me ask you this question. Were you born in the United States? Are you a born U.S. citizen? Or did you become a citizen later on in life? Were you a U.S. citizen when your children were born? Because that will determine... you moved to the Bahamas in 2015, but I don't know enough about you, because maybe they're automatic citizens, Rosebud. You may need to give us a call. What is yes? Yes to what? I'm not sure. So, but Rosebud, give us a call from the Bahamas, 212-227-8933. Let's see what else is here on YouTube. Because the answer, Rosebud, is if you were a U.S. citizen when they were born, it's possible they're already U.S. citizens. If not, then you got to establish residence in America for them to become automatic U.S. citizens when they get their green card, which is why they're asking for affidavits of support for everybody. However, if you were a U.S. citizen when they were born, but you never physically lived in the United States, then they're not U.S. citizens. So there's a lot of rules. All right, so she's still messaging. DuPont fiance or DuPont Finance. Hi, Brad. My husband filed for me 7 months ago. I'm here on a visitor's visa, and I'm wondering if I can stay and wait for the approval, or I have to go back to my country. DuPont, is your husband a resident, a citizen? Have you overstayed your time? I don't know anything about you. Marvin Abrams, I had an interview scheduled in April, but canceled due to COVID. About a week now, I lost the physical green card. I have a photo of the green card and the extension letter. Can you advise me, please, here? What interview were you waiting for if you already have a green card? Was this to remove the conditions of your permanent residence? I don't know what you're asking, Marvin. And the last question. My sister lives overseas and has 3 kids. This is from Naja Danashar. My sister lives overseas and has 3 kids. She lost her husband in a suicide attack. Oh my gosh. She has no support over there. My dad and I will be citizens next year. What would be the fastest way to get them here? Your dad filing for them. Your dad can file for them now as a permanent resident. He doesn't have to wait to become a citizen. He should be doing that immediately, but it's still going to be 4 or 5 years, unfortunately, even if your dad files now, but he should do so immediately. All right, and we have the end of our pop-up, but nevertheless, we have our comments of the day. Comments of the day, courtesy of the Brad Squad. The first comment of the day comes from Tali. Tali, yes, Uncle Brad, you are moving a lot today. I thought my wine was playing tricks on me, but in reality, you are making me dizzy. Sorry about that. And Rachel Martin, working day and night, fighting the good fight. Way to go, Brad. Thank you very much. I appreciate everybody, and we are sorry about all our technical difficulties, but hopefully tomorrow we will be back with Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias, Vanessa Nesquik Contreras, and our entire crew for a full Brad Show Live, Stay tuned tomorrow for Hump Day. We'll see you all then tomorrow. Thanks for watching. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465. What are you doing?